in order to feel lost, you have to be moving. You wouldn't feel this way if you're just staying in your comfort zone. So, first of all, I want you to give yourself credit for that. You did a great job, really a fantastic job. And, I'll clap my hands for you. Really, I think you did a great job, okay? And so in today's video, I'm gonna change the way you think about feeling lost. You're gonna see how you have nothing to be scared of. And actually, feeling lost is not a bad thing at all. Hello guys, my name is Jasmin and welcome back to my channel. So I have a little brother and he's going to graduate from uni, I don't know, this year, next year, whatever. And so he messaged me the other day, he's like, oh my god, I feel so lost. I don't know which direction I'm heading. And all of my classmates are preparing for a master's degree and it just seems like they all know where they're heading. Okay, so let's pause for a second because I want to clarify this. So in Taiwan, it's very common for people to study master's degree if they don't know what they want to do. I know that's not how it works in America, but that's the thing, that's how it works in Taiwan. Because the education system is extremely affordable in Taiwan. So when a lot of kids don't know what they want to do, even the parents would suggest them, just study a master's degree and stuff. And I want to be clear because I definitely don't mean anybody study a master's degree is because they don't know what they're doing. But lots of people do that, okay? So go back to the conversation. I'm like, dude, you're supposed to feel lost at this age. In your early 20s or even in your 20s, you're supposed to feel lost. And I bet all of your classmates are like that too. I was like, go talk to one of your classmates and ask, why are they studying this master's degree? Ask them. And I bet you 9 out of 10 will say because they don't know what they want to do. And so I told my brother, unlike these people, you didn't choose to stay at your comfort zone. These people chose to stay at their comfort zone, which is keep studying, which is what they are good at, which is what they're familiar with, just to avoid feeling lost. So I told my brother, I think you did a fantastic job. I think you did a great job because you push yourself out there. You're admitting that you're lost. And that's what I say in the beginning. I think you did a great job because it's easy to stay at your comfort zone and pretending like you know where you're heading, pretending like you have all figured out, just to avoid pushing yourself out there because it's scary, because you don't know what's going on out there. So it's not like they know which direction they're heading. There's no direction because they are not moving at all. They're staying at the same spot, and also that's the fun of life sometimes. You're supposed to feel lost sometimes. And I'm not gonna sit here and pretending okay, it's easy. I know feeling lost sucks. I know the uncertainty sucks. We human beings, we have the tendency to want to control. But that's the fun of life sometimes, to not know. Imagine if you're watching a movie and before you even watch the movie, you already know how it ends. That takes away all the fun. Now, first of all, you're not gonna pay attention to the movie. And second of all, the movie becomes way less interesting. And that's the same with life. If I told you 20 years later, you'll be doing this job or you're having this amount of money, you will be married to someone, you're not gonna be present anymore because you already know what your future looks like. It's just sometimes when you're watching the movie, right? And you're like, why is the build up so long? I don't understand. This is getting very boring. And then until the huge reveal at the end, and you're like, oh, this is what it's all about. And that's the same with life. But if you didn't pay attention to the movie just because you think oh, the buildup is so long, the buildup is so unnecessary, it's so boring, you're not gonna understand the grand finale. And that's the same with your life right now. I know this period of your life, you're gonna think oh, it sucks, I don't know where I'm going. But if you keep thinking that way, if you keep thinking about this period of your life as very torturing, you're gonna miss out all the fun. God gave you this period for a huge reason, because you need to explore, you need to try different things, you need to talk to different people in order to find out what is meant for you out there. In my early 20s, right, when I was studying uni or when I just graduated, I wanted to do lots of jobs. One day I want to be like a journalist. I want to do international business. I want to be a diplomat. I want to be an influencer. I want to be a blogger. Like, I want to do so many things. And it's embarrassing to talk about this right now, but I'm not saying like it's bad to want to do lots of things. But the problem is I didn't want to do those things. I was just so scared to feel lost that I desperately want to hold on to something just to feel like, okay, I'm heading toward a direction. Like I have a plan, which I didn't at all. And so the consequence of that was that I was not focused at all. I was studying so many subjects that are unnecessary, that I wasn't interested in, just to make myself feel better. Like I'm heading somewhere. And that was just a huge lies, but I need those lies to make myself feel better and to also like make up a story to sort of let my parents know, okay, I'm all good. And I have Asian parents, so like you always need a story to let them know like, okay, you're heading somewhere. But that becomes a huge problem because these are all lies. And because I was so scared of feeling lost, I made up all these stories. It's no different than the people that choose to stay at their comfort zone, because I'm still not facing that fear of feeling lost. And so that's a problem when people are scared to feel lost, because first of all, you either chose to stay at your comfort zone, or second of all, you're just like me, that you settle. You settle for something without even asking, what do I actually like? What am I actually good at? Is this really what I want? So the consequence of this is that you became so comfortable at your life, and you're stuck in the same unwanted situation, like same job, same relationship, or like me, like you became someone that are constantly switching jobs after job, switching between relationship, and you're wondering like, oh my God, why does nothing seem right? Nothing feel right for me? And because you never sit down with yourself and ask like, what do I actually like? That's a problem. And another thing about feeling lost is that because you're rethinking, you are looking at your current situation and think about like, is this really what I want? Is this what really my life is about? Am I happy? Is this something that I like? Where am I heading? You're asking all these questions, and that's because you're rethinking. And I think that's extremely powerful when people have the ability to rethink, because that means like you are not just taking whatever answers people throw at you. Your mom telling you like, this is what you're supposed to do, it's good to be a doctor, or the society told you that it's honorable to have this kind of job or that kind of job, or this job pays a lot, so you should do this kind of job. No, you're not taking the answers as it is. You are rethinking. And so, like, lots of people, they grow up dreaming of doing a certain career. Either it's doctor, professor, lawyers, accountants. And this is not to say like it's bad to have those jobs. It's to say that these people, a lot of times, they really like work in one job for their whole life until they reach their 50s and 60s. And they look back and like, you know what? Actually, this is never what I want in the first place. It's what my mom's wants. It's what the society wanted. I never wanted to be a doctor. And so you see the problem? Like, these people, a lot of times on the outside, we think of them as a winner or a successful people. And they seem to have all figured out. They always seem to know like which direction they are heading. But is that really the case? Or are they just too scared to stop and think, what do they actually want? Or to admit that, actually, I'm very lost in life right now. This is not what I want. And lots of people do that because it is scary. It's scary to admit that this is not what I want. Because when you spend your whole life doing one thing, when your whole identity is based on these labels, like people refer you to as, oh, that doctor, or that lawyer. It's very scary when you don't have these labels anymore, because your whole identity is based on that. So when you have to throw that away, it's basically like you're throwing your whole identity away. But my dear, you are not those people, okay? Because first of all, you already admit that you are lost. And I think that's super cool. And I hope that by this point, you already realize that it's not actually a bad thing to feel lost. So here's what we're gonna do now. If you're in your 20s, you are supposed to feel lost. You know, it's completely normal and so easy to feel lost. Because if you think about it, the first 20 years of our life, we are always being told what to do. We don't have to think. It's like you wake up and then you go to school and then you do homework and then you do some sport. And then you wake up the next day and you do the same thing. And, you know, actually for us Asian people, we don't do sport. We go to school, we study, we prepare for tests, and then repeat until we reach the age of 18, okay? That's literally my life. There's no such thing as sport. And so, okay, but my point is, the first 20 years of our life, we are always being told what to do. And it's like our life has been planned out for us until we reach 20. And now we're completely on our own. How do you supposed to know that what you're gonna do now? When the first 20 years of your life, people always tell you what to do, and suddenly now you have to think about it. So of course, like, you will be lost. And this is really like something I wish someone told me when I was in early 20s. You know, I wish someone really told me that it's normal to feel lost and you're fine to feel lost. It's kind of like I was keep pressuring myself that I need to figure something out right now. I need to know what I want to do for life right now. And so that's why I want you to accept this fact right now, that it's completely normal that you're feeling lost right now. And it's also normal to not know who you are. But this is what you can know now. You can know who you are not. So I was listening to Matthew McConaughey's speech the other day, and this is what he said. He said that defining ourselves by who we are not is the first step that leads us to really knowing who we are. And that's really, really powerful. What kind of person do you not want to be? You know, maybe I don't want to be a lazy person. Okay, then stop playing video games the whole night. Stop watching stupid drama the whole night. Or maybe I don't want to be a toxic person. Okay, then stop hanging out with your friends that are always gossiping about others. Stop hanging out with people that are constantly complaining. What happened here is that once you stop putting your time and energy to the people or the environment or the activities that does no benefit to you, the time or the energy that you save by not doing these activities or not hanging out with these toxic people, it will eventually direct you to something that is important to you, something that excites you. And that's how you slowly figure out what kind of person you want to become, what kind of life you want to build, and what kind of career you want to pursue. So start with that first. Another thing is that when you feel lost, try different things, talk to different people, because feeling lost is not an excuse of not doing anything. Like, the answer is not gonna just drop from the sky, like God is not gonna just come down to earth and be like, hey, this is what you're gonna do now. It doesn't work like that. You cannot keep doing the same thing, go to the same job, having the same routine, eating the same food, watching the same stupid drama, and expect that life would be different, and expect that you will suddenly stop feeling lost. You have to try different things to have different stimulations, inspirations. That's why a lot of times when people feel lost, they go on travel, and then suddenly they know what they want to do, or at least they have some idea. And that's because there are stimulations. When you see different things, when you talk to different people, there are different wisdom, there are different knowledge, there are different experience that you expose yourself to. Naturally, you will have some ideas. Maybe you won't have all figured out at the same time, but I guarantee you that you will at least have different ideas, how you're gonna approach life. And that's what I told my brother, talk to the professor, ask about their career advice. What is the potential career path that you can have right now? Or like for me, I'm an introvert. I hate to talk to people. I always start reading like books. I love to expose myself like to different fields. It could be like psychology, it could be like self-help, it could be like finance, whatever. Just expose yourself to different things, and I guarantee you that there will be some answers in there. And I honestly think the best thing to do when you're feeling lost is to experience. Maybe it's like a job opportunity. Because even this thing doesn't turn out to be the right opportunity for you, say it's not the right career path that you want to pursue, at least now you know what you don't want. Again, this is a process of elimination. Now you know you don't want, maybe I don't want to be in marketing. Maybe I think finance job is very boring for me. Maybe I don't want to work in a 9-to-5 job. You will gain something from that job and let you know what you want and what you don't want. And that's what I said multiple times. Nothing is a waste of time if you always give your best. I still remember the first job I had after uni. That job screwed me up really, really badly. Like, my mental health was really bad when I was doing that job. But because of that job, I get to figure out what I like and what I dislike. I remember when I quit the job, I literally sit down with myself and then I listed down the things in my job. And one part of it is what I like and what I'm good at. And another part is what I'm always avoiding at that job and what I don't like. And so it is by that list, I slowly figure out what kind of job that I want to do and what kind of things that I can still improve on. And that really leads me to what I'm doing right now. And so if that's what you're struggling with right now, if you have absolute no idea what kind of things you want to do, what are the things that you're good at, make that list, start figuring it out from your past experience. Either it's your internship, it's your job, or either it's how the people around you describe you. Don't tell me you're not good at anything. There's no such thing as that. I think God creates people equally. So everybody must have something that they can bring to the world. So there must be something that you are good at that makes you more unique than others. And make that list. And it doesn't have to be a solid hard skill, like coding skill, computer science. No, that shit is too hard. It doesn't have to be like that. It can just be your personality traits, Maybe you're good at talking to people. You love to talk to strangers. For me, I'm bad at that. So maybe that's something that you're good at. Or maybe you're good at analyzing. Maybe you're good at organizing stuff. Or maybe you're good at giving advice to people. That are all the good things. And there are definitely jobs that need those skills. Definitely. So make that list first, okay? And now you can do your research. What kind of job needs the skills that you're good at? Last, I just want to say that 6 months ago, I had this conversation with my brother again. And I remember telling him that I was very lost too. But 6 months later, here I am right now. I have so many goals in life, in terms of life, relationship, career. I have so many goals. I'm very excited. And I'm saying this because I want you to know that the feeling of lost, this period, it's only temporary. So don't freak out, okay? Please really accept this as just part of life. It's so normal. Don't freak out. Because the thing is, if you start freaking out, you're gonna be just like me when I was in my early 20s. You're gonna start grabbing onto something, whatever comes to you, out of pure anxiety because you're not thinking straight. So take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. You have nothing to be scared of, okay? So please take this as an opportunity for you to connect with yourself or reconnect with yourself. Ask yourself, what am I good at? What am I bad at? And improve on the things that you are bad at. And take advantage of the skills that you are good at. And I guarantee you that there are definitely a space in this world that is meant for you, that needs the skill that you are good at, okay? And I know it sucks to feel lost. Okay, let's be honest, right? I know this period sucks. But like, you remember like that famous Steve Jobs quote about like how the dots were all connected together at the end. And so yes, nothing makes sense right now. I know nothing seems to make sense right now, but I guarantee you that one day when you look back or at some point in your life, you're gonna see like, oh my God, how all the dots are connected together. And you'll see that actually there is a direction for you all this time. Maybe you cannot see that right now, and it's not a straight line, but there is a line that was pointing somewhere all this time. And you're gonna see that someday. So don't lose faith, guys. Don't lose faith, because God is rooting for you. God is always, always rooting for you. And I guarantee you that if you keep push yourself out there, keep knocking doors, right? Eventually there will be one door that is meant for you, that will open for you. But you have to get your ass out there and knock the door first, okay? That's what you're gonna do now. Move your ass. Keep moving, okay? Don't just sit at home and feel sorry for yourself. Don't just sit at home and feel like, oh, I'm so lost, I don't want to do anything. That's not gonna help, okay? And last, I just want to say, like, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. And I really, really think like you guys are amazing, and you guys did a fantastic job. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye now.